being in that environment, you know, it's frowned upon if you go against, you know, the party line, you know, depending on what room you're in. But then I started watching, and I'm not talking about clips. I mean, anywhere from 15 minutes to 2 hours, you know, videos of Charlie Kirk. And I keep wondering, what did he do so wrong that he deserved to send me messages not happy with, you know, me, you know, going against, or, you know, saying what I do about Charlie Kirk. And all I've said is I don't see, you know, where he deserved to get assassinated for what he said. So I'm gonna let, you know, some of the videos. I thought I had them all organized in a little thing, and then I went to look for it, and I must have another file somewhere else, which I may look for while I'm playing a few of the ones that I, you know, did find in other folders.
Yeah, well, let me ask you, what did you hear, and then what did you find? Or is that what you're going to discuss right now?
Well, I mean, we can discuss now, and just, you know, for me, I mean, I was under the presumption that he was very arrogant, very belligerent, very anti a lot of things. You know, when he talked to people on campuses, I mean, that's all you've seen clips. Get the hell out of here! We don't want you here, sort of thing. But then watching clips, and I'm not, you know me, I'm an atheist, but, you know, figuratively, to me, he's almost a saint. Just, you know, just because he was so patient, he didn't push. I mean, he pushed back, but he wasn't, you know, mean or, you know, not to deserve what he got. You know, is my end result, really. You know, it just, it's, yeah, and there's one there, C-Sal. I hate Candace Owens. And now I'm kind of thinking, well,
wild
maybe
C-Sal appear? Did a wild C-Sal appear?
Just regular C-Sal. But it says Candace Owens is demon possessed and a psychopath. And she's
get up here so I can change your mind, C-Sal.
Right. And maybe, hey, Gigi, maybe next week we'll do Candace or Owens, so I can actually look at that. I want to, you know, distract from, you know, this thing.
Oh, she's gonna get mentioned tonight, Azzo.
Oh yeah, mentioning
you can't talk about Charlie without mentioning her.
Right, and then you can't talk about her without talking about Charlie. You know, so we do this next week. They're going to overlap, but you know, these are going to be pretty much exclusively then Charlie Kirk videos, and you know, everybody can, you know, and I think most of them are like 10 minutes or less. I was trying to keep them, you know, smaller. Next week, you know, I probably look for Candace Owens videos, and I won't even watch them until next week, so I can, you know, do a spontaneous, you know, reply. But as of now, I hated her just as much as I did Charlie Kirk for no reason. You know, I don't. I guess the one thing that for me and Candace is when I heard, you know, her little clip about, well, you know, then atheists shouldn't get married if they don't believe in God, and it's like, okay, you know, marriage was around way before Christianity was, or actually it'd be Judaism. Sorry about that. So there's pagans that were married before them, or, you know, their version of it. But that's the only thing I really had that kind of, you know, put a bitter taste in my mouth from her. But then I've got another buddy that I wouldn't say buddy, a guy that I just met who is a conservative atheist. I'm trying to discern if I'm a conservative atheist or just somebody who leans further right than I thought I did. And that might be a show too, you know, because everybody that I talked to before kind of was telling me, oh, you're progressive. But when they were asking me,
when you're finding out you're not that progressive, Azzo?
Oh, not at all. Yeah, I'm not progressive at all. But see, I looked, you know, like it was like conservative versus liberal list. So we went through it, and I don't have no hard feelings, you know, to the 2 or 3 guys that were there that night. We went through this because, you know, they're trying to help me, and that's because I asked for it. Because I'm not a political guy. And that's not, you know, I didn't know the difference between a liberal or conservative or, you know, Bondo on a car. To me, it's all the same thing. You know, filling in gaps. But now, because I mean, back then I claimed only right because of guns. You know, there's a lot of people on the left that don't like guns, gun controls. You know, I'm not going to get into that nonsense. But now, I mean, it's like the transgender stuff. You know, unless you gain or earn my respect, That's a different time, I guess. But anyway, there's certain, like 75% of transgenderism I don't agree with, and the 25% I do is basically, if you hit 18 years old, do what you want with your body, but don't make me have to pay for it. You know, that sort of thing. Abortion, I'm still where I was before. You know, for me and mine, I'm pro-life, but everybody else pro-choice. I can't dictate what they do with their bodies. They're the ones that are going to have to, you know, literally, you know, deal with that. And I've got people that are close to me. I mean, literally close to me that have had abortions that regret it. You know, there's like, I believe, and there might be a different number. I just happened to see one that said like 46%, you know, abortion regret, which I can see that, you know, because I don't think most people who get them do it because they want to. It's more out of necessity, if that makes sense.
Or ignorance, sometimes ignorance.
Or, you know, yeah, I mean, either or. But, you know, I'm not going to condemn anybody else over that. And, you know, and it was like, I guess before we get into Charlie Kirk, just to see where I was, where I'm at now, and none of this has to do anything with Charlie Kirk. You know,
we gotta take the temperature of the room as though.
Right. Yeah. But like the Middle East war, you know, before it was just, you know, the ceasefire just kicked in or whenever it kicks in, you know, I've had people, who do you stand? You know, that's even Gigi's asked me, you know, who do you back? And I said, honestly, neither one, because both sides have done atrocious things, in my opinion. So how can I say one's better than the other? I mean, if somebody else does, that's fine, you know, but I'm not going to get into a deep conversation about the Middle East. I'm not that political. You know, that whole thing. I'm just trying, I don't know, maybe other people can think about, you know, the issues that are out there between, you know, separate the left and the right, and, you know, all that. ICE, you know, illegal immigration. I can't say that I'm against it. You know, 6 months ago, I would have told you, yeah, I'm totally against that. You know, but after looking into it from my world, you know, at least, you know, they are criminals when they illegally come over, and I think it makes it harder.
Now, huh?
Yeah. But I think it makes it harder for people that are legit trying to get citizenship, you know, sort of thing. And I know that's, you know, if I wasn't canceled before, I'm definitely am now, you know, sort of thing. But I just don't care. I'm sick of not. Why can everybody else speak their mind? I can't speak mine. And like, even, you know, what finally did it for me is over a stupid term, the alphabet community. I'm sure everybody's heard me talk about the alphabet community, and I, you know, I used it for months. All of a sudden, you know, one person had a stick up her ass, literally, and it turned into a major war. So I walked away from that side, and then, you know, part of my story is, you know, they're telling me it's a slur, and then I was labeled a bigot. Right now on Facebook, I belong to the alphabet community, or one of the alphabet community. What is it? Groups. I belong to a alphabet crew group, and I also belong to an alphabet mafia, and there's many over there, just to see what they thought and how they could use that. And you know, a lot of them, I go on, honestly, I said, I'm a straight guy, I'm biologically a man. You know, a lot of them are you know, we're wanting to follow me over to YouTube and, you know, try to set these people straight. But, you know, what it comes down to is, you know, there's a lot of gatekeepers on YouTube, and not just in the trans community. But, you know, when you get people telling you what the party line is, I mean, basically like, oh, people that vote just Republican or just Democrat. See, I don't vote either one. I vote the issues, you know, type of things. But, you know, pretty much in a nutshell, that's where I'm at. You know, with either your C-Sal. Welcome, C-Sal. Hopefully she can stay on. Oh, I keep forgetting to look at this.
Hey, I'm probably gonna stay on as long as, you know, my phone doesn't overheat. As soon as it starts overheating, it's gonna kick me out.
C-Sal, if your husband loved you, sorry, Z. Say, C-Sal, if your husband really loved you, he'd buy you a computer or a laptop.
I do.
I don't feel sorry for you then. That's your own damn fault, girl.
I know. That's true. I do have a laptop. I never use it though.
Yes, yeah, I've never used my phone. I always use my laptop, so you know, I'm comfortable with it. A phone. I was at my oncology appointment which is like a long day. I do scans, I do labs, and then I talk to my oncologist. But there's a lot of waiting in between. So I think Gigi was having. Well, it's when he still had show. I think it was like on a Monday because it's been a while. So I was following along, which I was fine until stupid me sends a message. And then it's like I couldn't see my mess. To me, it was just a mess. I'm not comfortable with my phone, so I won't get on YouTube with my phone. So, yeah.
Huh.
Always my laptop. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay.
Oh, wait.
That's what praise
Jesus. What did you beat with Candace Owens? She said, "Oh, it's because she doesn't like Israel, huh?"
Number one, she doesn't like Israel. Right then and there, that strikes 1, 2, and 3 in my book.
Damn, girl.
Yeah, and then David.
No 3 strikes with her.
Look, I will not pretend to be able to give you a 1, 2, 3 point presentation of why all these like Candace Owens is wrong, blah blah. I don't follow her. I don't listen to her. What I have been able to glean from the few things that I've heard of her, the way she comes across, the way she like the way that she talked down on Nick Fuentes, like berating him like a mama, the way she moves, it's not indicative of a Christian, uh, a real Christian wife and mother. And you can say, oh, well, yeah, but she's, very famous and blah, blah. I don't care about it. Homie, go home, breastfeed your
what's funny,
babies,
is
breastfeed your
you
babies, cook your husband some food, fire the help, fire the nanny, fire the chef, fire the maids, clean your house, take care of your husband, take care of your kids. I don't need another woman preaching to me.
You get no argument there, Cecil. And the one issue that I didn't like that she did is the one that you mentioned. Because I did watch her conversation with Nick Fuentes, and I do agree she was getting kind of like passive aggressive and personal. So good for you for mentioning the one issue that I will concede about Candace.
What can I say? The Holy Spirit guides me. David, I'm just saying, who do you think you are as a woman to be telling this man, you should stop whatever, and you should get married, and you should have kids, and you should whatever? What if that's not God's plan for his life? Like, who do you think you are?
Hey, AJ's gonna be so mad. Me and you are watching the Nick Fuentes interview, Cecil.
Why?
So I actually found I heard about Nick Fuentes from AJ, and because Nick Fuentes is like public enemy number one. So I thought like everyone else, because I was told, I'm like, oh, he's like a white supremacist and hitting all this stuff. But then the first thing that I watched of his was the Candace interview, because I enjoy some Candace show. And I thought the same thing that you did. I said, damn, I usually love Candace and her opinions, but she made him look good, and I've heard bad things about him. Which brings us back to the Charlie Kirk situation. So the only thing I knew about Charlie Kirk was Nick Fuentes and Charlie were having like Nick was calling Charlie out for like the 2 months before he was assassinated to debate about Israel. And I thought it was weird because Charlie Kirk will debate anyone. And I'm like, well, why is he not wanting to debate a big name guy who wants to debate him? So I was seeing that Charlie Kirk didn't really have a good argument for Israel. He was just pro-Israel, which is why he was reaching out to like the Israel prime minister. Like, you guys have to do some like defend yourself, not me. And then he happened to get assassinated. So that's why I agree with where Candace is going, that something seems to do with the Israel thing, because I was noticing Charlie Kirk in Israel because of Nick Fuentes before that.
Right. I don't
But
know
it all
anything
comes.
about.
They all seem to be not in cahoots, but like if you know one big name person, you kind of are familiar with other people.
I try to be super selective because I have a limited amount of time. So I don't listen to Nick Fuentes. I don't listen to Candace. I don't listen to anybody. I listen to Hake, the Hay Report.
The Hake Report?
Sometimes Sometimes I listen to Hake. Sometimes I listen to Jesse Lee Peterson. Sometimes I try to catch David in the Zealot's Den, and sometimes I try
Nice.
to
Thanks
catch.
for the shout out, T-Cell.
Sometimes I try to catch
Tune
Brother
into the
Pike,
morning show.
and that's and that's it, and that's it. So I'm totally clueless about all of these people, and it's for waste, honestly. I prefer to just like study the Bible or listen to a sermon, because other than that, it's like it's too
Or
big.
listen to me, your favorite atheist.
Or
Yeah,
listen
well, even
to
like you said,
Usher.
though, you got to stay out of the political stuff because it's a rabbit hole. It's the same
Yeah,
as like
it's a rabbit hole.
quarreling with. It's the same as quarreling with denominations. Like
Yep.
you could find unlimited arguments,
Yep.
unlimited gripes,
Right.
unlimited,
Oh, exactly.
and like T-Cell said, you'll just like just be infatuated and only do that, and then you're not doing anything for yourself, for your neighbors,
Right.
for your family.
Right.
You could
Well,
end up like Candace Owens, and you're doing all this research in TV shows. You got to hire a nanny, and you can't be like a mom and wife.
And
Amen.
your baby's
Cesar?
over there with a rash on his butt. You know what I mean?
Grass on his butt. Yeah, I'm going to play this clip of this is the only Candace one I'm going to play tonight. But since I mentioned earlier what set me off with her, 1 second, Jamie, I'll get you on here.
Candace drops bombs on atheists getting married.
Atheists get married
Oh,
because
here
they
it is.
want to tax
Gigi's there. Sorry.
break. I don't see the point in an atheist getting married. Why don't you just live with your partner? Okay, whoever it is that you're dating, you're at the stage you said, I don't know if you live with your boyfriend or whatever it is. Why take the next leap? If you're wearing crosses for fun and,
I mean, if you're actually asking the question, I mean, because then I would just be pledging the fact that I would want to be with them forever.
But you can just be with them forever. So what is it that you crave that when you want to get married? What's that next step for you? What does it mean? What's the difference between dating and marriage?
Because it's a commitment.
Is dating not a commitment?
It's a commitment, but it's saying next step. It's solidifying it.
Okay, solidifying what? Because if
solidifying a bond between two people that love each other.
Okay, but what is solidified? If you can then jump into that next commitment, which is the exact same as dating, and you can sleep with other people, and you can put topless photos on the internet, what are you getting married for? Pictures on Instagram to say you did it?
Candace drops bombs on atheists getting married.
Hey, that sounds like your sister, C-Cell. That sounds
And
like
actually, I don't see one bomb that she dropped there.
I was like, what's
because
her
that's
point?
why we have. I mean, like me, the last time I got married, it was a secular wedding. It wasn't, my first two were, even though one of them I probably was an atheist at the time. But really, I think I'm an atheist. I'm a lifelong atheist. I was just trying to be a Christian and just, never stuck. I mean, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. But
I got to tell you, Azo, this might be a hot take, but I agree with Candace in the sense of if you don't believe in God, there's no reason to get married because
that absolutely is. See, what you're doing is pre-supping. That marriage is instituted, by God. I mean, I understand how you get to it. I'm not, minimizing that. Yeah. But marriage isn't just, for Christians, so that means that, Muslims can't get married because, they talk about marriage in the Quran. I'm sure they do in Hindu. So
don't say the Quran like that. Don't say the Quran like you're
that's how you pronounce it.
You're a
Quran.
white boy from.
The next thing he's going to be saying Allah Akbar or something.
Oh, wait till we start talking about Israel. Now I won't be able to say it like I normally do, but Israel. That's how I say Israel.
I'm just kidding with you.
No, I know. Otherwise, you'd be gone. No, I'm kidding. Also, everybody in side chat, we've only got 6 spots. This is the free version. And if we get into the discussion that doesn't involve me, I can back out, and GG does if more people want to come in and or rotate. So Terry, if you want in here, you better get your butt in here with your soon-to-be husband.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
I saw your show earlier. Oh, sorry.
You see my bones video?
Yeah.
I thought you'd like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was so.
Neither am I. That's why I'm surprised I'm doing this one.
So,
oh yes,
Candace Owens has lost the plot. She's accusing the Trump administration.
Yeah, she said Trump killed Charlie Kirk. Oh my god!
Which would mean that Charlie Kirk's wife is in on killing him.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's something else.
I'm sorry, guys, but she's a flat earther. as far as I'm concerned.
Who is? No,
Is she
well,
really,
there's-
or you just
No,
kinda-
I mean, like her reasoning.
okay, that's what I was
but-
thinking you were
but
going.
to
I'm just
be
making
fair,
sure.
Well, to be fair, everyone here, whether hers are right or wrong, do you guys believe that Tyler Robinson shot him?
There's no way for us
And-
to know, David.
I
There's no
do.
way for us to know.
I think he did.
Well, what
I
do you
think
mean, Cecil? That's what they said. They have proof and evidence. That's what the
There's no
FBI
way for
said.
us to know. Only the cops, only the government, the FBI knows that right now. We don't know.
There's
Yeah, we
probably
don't have
more,
the evidence. They're not going to release the crucial
Exactly.
evidence.
There's a
until they're
trial
convicted.
going on.
Right.
there's probably more to be known than what we
Right.
know. But I mean, you don't start speculating, and then especially to the point of like, why would the Trump administration want to kill Charlie Kirk? What, for Israel?
And to be fair, Jamie,
Trump would not do
if you're told something that doesn't make any sense, should you not speculate?
Not when it's something so sensitive with people that you know. Like, she knows Charlie Kirk; they were friends,
Wait, what's Daryl say?
and it's getting to the point of saying, like, essentially making Erica Kirk, potentially accusing her of being in on that. That's crazy, dude.
I disagree because what I say what
I know,
she's
because
doing.
she's Catholic.
Well, I think we all should remember Candace was a personal friend of his, so this isn't like just some lady who's doing. And as a personal friend of Charlie, who was murdered, I think it's fair that she calls out his wife and company for not at least questioning the ridiculous narrative that we've been told. Nothing about his assassination has made any sense. And for no one to even question it is suspicious to me.
I didn't say anything about that. I think people are free to wonder about more details, but we don't know enough. And some of the things she's accusing
Right.
would make Erica Kirk complicit.
Right.
That is crazy.
No, it's not crazy though.
Why
No.
is that
If
crazy?
you know women,
Hold on. But to be fair, in any crime scene, who's the number one suspect of a husband or a
The
wife?
spouse.
It's the
Yeah, for
significant
sure.
other. So you
Yeah.
can't say
No,
that's crazy, Jamie.
Or the butler. I don't care what you say. I've watched a
the
lot of
You can't say
movies.
it's crazy. That's crazy to say it's crazy.
Holy shit is what I say to that.
No. Okay. If we're gonna speculate, okay. So since we're speculating, Candace
Nice.
Candace Owens had a crush on Charlie Kirk. She's black, and he doesn't like black girl. No, let me speculate. I can tell you, I know women.
She
She's
killed her.
black, and he doesn't like black girls. That's why he married a blonde, blue-eyed white woman. And she never got over that. And now, typical female, now that he's dead, she's attacking the widow. Yes.
Hey,
No, I know exactly what I'm
that
talking
makes sense. Cece.
Yeah.
I can see that making sense.
I kind of do.
This
too.
is just like,
I don't think
Candace
Candace
Owens
wants to mess
probably
with the widow. She seems like a firecracker.
I think Candace Owens probably murdered Charlie Kirk. Because the story.
I don't know
The
about
story.
that.
Here's the thing, guys. She's the one who can't shut up about it.
That's
We
true.
know something's weird about this. We're not being told. So let me speculate, just like Candace Owens.
Yeah.
I think the crime rate in the black community, I'm just
Very
saying,
high. That's true. That's
I
crazy.
think Candace Owens, because she wanted Charlie Kirk to be a Catholic so bad, and he was spewing Protestant, garbage and keeping
Bro, the
those
Catholics will
Propaganda,
zealot you up
Jamie.
with a
He was
bunch of
keeping-
Protestant propaganda.
the
He was-
Catholics.
He was
Yeah.
defending the Seventh-day Sabbath.
The
and
Catholics are the
Pope said
crusaders.
that
They'll
Monday
kill
night,
you.
And she didn't like it, and she's black, and she's jealous, and
Mhm.
so she killed Charlie. She can't shut up about it. So we're speculating now. So let me speculate.
Well, now that you're saying it, Jamie, that would be clever of her. Because who would only because it wouldn't be everyone that's like you, who's like the one who's trying to figure it out is the one who did it. But that would also make sense, like they'll never suspect the one who wants to get to the bottom of it, like a reverse psychology kind of thing. I get you.
David, the reason, okay, listen to what you just said. You said she's trying to figure it out. She's trying to get to the bottom of it. David, she's a wife and a mother living in some different state. She wasn't even in Utah. What are you talking about? It's not her place. It's not her
Yeah,
place.
and now that you mention it, Cecil, she is a wife, and I've never seen her with the wife outfit that you and Sammy had that time, like the wife person
Oh,
outfit.
that's so funny. The striped Old Navy blue and white dress.
That was so funny.
That was funny. Typical moms. Oh man, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just saying, act like a Christian. If you're saying you're a Christian, don't act like Charlie's best friend, Charlie's defender, journalist first. No, act like a Christian first. And that's not Christian
And
like.
make your children a Sammy. They're probably starving those.
David the Zealot doesn't understand this because number one, he's a man, and number two, he's a Catholic. The Catholics are very, you know what I mean, cutthroat.
I'm a straight white Catholic man. We're the dreads of society, huh?
Yes.
Guys,
See, Sal, we're gonna miss you when you get deported.
the story makes no sense. Whenever somebody murders somebody, it doesn't make sense. Look, that kid is not claiming he didn't do it.
Thank you, Daryl.
So obviously, like there could be more people involved, but dude.
I'm gonna jump out.
Now we're getting somewhere. As long as you don't just think it was that kid who did it, and that's cut and dry.
No, I don't know enough to make any claims.
We don't know. I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna jump out so Terry can come in and speculate a little bit.
She ain't coming in.
She can zealot me up.
She's not coming in.
She's busy.
Oh, she's busy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm saying you still got room for one more person, and I'd actually back out. So there's two that would come in. For this discussion.
Where's all the Catholic dogs? Where's AJ? Where's Jess? Where's Sandy?
Scared. They're scared of me. Daryl is scared of me. AJ is scared of me.
Daryl and Larry.
Well, we have a one Mexican policy. Only one Mexican allowed on.
That's true.
DEI
and AJ is black. We have a zero black policy.
We don't want you guys to take over the fandom like you guys took over America.
Zero. We have a zero black policy and just a one Mexican policy.
That's it.
So,
and
no
no
AJ
Jews.
and one Cecil.
Wait. So what do you got? What did you want?
Oh, nice.
To zealot me up about Candace Owens.
Because I agree with you, Terry. I don't think Candace Owens is acting right.
Yeah, I don't.
How much is Israel paying you guys?
So much money, David. You have no clue.
Yeah, I wish they would pay me.
So much money, dude. I'm living so nice right now.
Oh my God. See, Sal is not real Mexican, though. So there are two Mexicans missing.
What the heck, dude?
Wow. I'm beginning to like Carol, I think.
You don't count. You're
okay, just given my experience with like people being radicalized and stuff, I think the Tyler Robinson story makes sense. Like
you're crazier than Candace, then
no,
Terry.
No, I totally think it makes sense. This is like
Does anyone have a link to this video you're talking about? Because I don't think I've heard it. Sorry, Terry. I must have a delay. Go ahead. Sorry.
He just looks like the type, and what I know about like radical trans activism, it's like they're very encouraging of violence. I mean, they put stuff everywhere. You know, the other thing too, I just want to acknowledge how sad I am about Charlie's death. Like I haven't really thought about it in a while, but I was thinking about it earlier today, and it's like how messed up it is and just how sad it is.
Well, I hated Charlie Kirk. I don't know why I did, because of the clips that were, not really clips. just showing the worst side of them. Suppose once again, even as an atheist, if you're claiming to be a humanist, you don't back, killings of any sort. Whether it's Charlie Kirk or even the CEO. That's just
If
sick.
you get ideas, then your ideas are wrong.
Right. So violence isn't the answer, and
Exactly.
they think it is. And that's the one thing I saw through a lot of the clips, or not even the clips, like I said, were full videos, with all these people attacking him, hoping him, harm. And he sits there, not that he's like a saint, patient, loving, he even had, many of them are like they started at him hard, and then all of a sudden they're talking to him like they're his best friends. And I think, if I remember right, he converted a gay man back to Jesus or something, in the middle of all that rally, even though I don't believe any of that stuff. Who would do that in a war zone, really?
Well, here's something to throw out. If I was to be inclined that there was a huge conspiracy behind him being murdered, which I don't.
I don't either.
I don't think there is, but I think there could be more to be said that's not being shown. But that okay. I don't know enough about those details to make a claim either way. I would just say, if there was a grand conspiracy, whatever that means, I would almost be more inclined, slightly to think right-wing ideology, because if there's some grand conspiracy of people who are like smart, like orchestrating it, just to kill him, because his death is going to do way more for his side than for the left.
Right. They turned him into a martyr. That's what they did.
Passion killing of some tranny kid who sucks wiener and is all up in arms about it because of his sexual deviancy, in my opinion. So, I mean, that makes more sense, because obviously killing him is good for the right in the sense of the outcome. And so if
I couldn't disagree more.
Yeah, I'm gonna read something that Daryl said just to try to keep him in this conversation, because he's a police officer and would have better, I guess, intuition on this than I would think any of us. But he's saying the thing is, where are the witnesses? No one actually saw a rifle and reported it. Like, not one person. That makes zero sense. I should have started that earlier.
Hey, facts don't matter, Daryl. These facts don't matter with these people. Candace is bad.
Wow.
Orange man bad.
These people.
These people.
Okay.
I'll read this one too, also, real quick. There
David.
are way too many inconsistencies there. The jumping on the roof, the change of the clothes, the text, no one talking about witnesses. Nope, doesn't add up. Okay, go ahead.
Daryl's preaching. Daryl's preaching. Tell him, Daryl.
Yes, and what I'm
come
saying
on,
is,
show him some love. He's feeling lonely out there.
Hey, I need to say something. Okay, all of this speculation is probably not good for the investigation. I'm sure they have witnesses, but I don't think they're going to be releasing that information to us.
No, yeah, not at all.
Hey,
in a high-profile case, no.
I need to get out of here, but I just want to say, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. He wasn't a saint, but now he is, and I look forward to meeting him in heaven.
Thanks for popping on.
Thanks for joining, Barry.
Yeah, she still. See, I mean, I was upset, not to the degree that most of you were, or some of you anyway, but I can't say that of many other atheists.
Well, my whole thing is I feel like it's just a repeat of like JFK and MLK and Malcolm X, like so many assassinations. So I don't think it's crazy to even speculate or think that it could be more than meets the eye. Because that's my whole thing.
Why is this not popping up? Show up there. Oh, there it
And
is.
Candace Darrow probably knows when people are like Candace should wait or whatever, and it's like in murder investigations and stuff, isn't like the first 40 hours or as close as you can,
48
like the
hours.
most
Yep.
yeah, so like as close as you can get to the time is what you want to do. Waiting is.
Yep. Then he says that's another thing. If it's an open investigation, they would not divulge any information. This was closed as fast as it was opened.
Almost like it was a patsy, huh? Oh, we got our guy. Nothing to see here, folks. Everyone can go.
Wait, Daryl says we're BFFs now. You owe me $5 as to rent me out as your best friend.
Because you're my best friend. But yeah, so what do you think? People were at least not being not giving Charlie the benefit of the doubt when they were saying he was a bad person. Is that though there?
You there?
Yeah, I am now. Can you hear me? I just lost internet for a second.
Oh, we thought you got raptured, Azzo.
Oh, I did pop out because I just happened to, I was checking Facebook because I had a notification and it says, "Oh, your internet's been restored."
Yeah,
that's probably why I was having trouble with.
So Azzo, how much do you think they were just angry progressives because he was speaking Christian values, or do you think they genuinely thought he was like a horrible person?
As an atheist, kind of once again, like I think I kind of touched on this earlier, but just watching the videos, I never realized. I mean, say for argument's sake, not that I really believe this or don't believe this, just for argument's sake, say the right is awful with violence. But watching the Charlie Kirk, some of these, which I may play one or two, but if I can find the one with the chick in the rainbow halter top, she was just, blabbering about stuff that made no sense, but in an angry, violent way. And there's a lot of them that were saying, I mean, just like the ICE. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any clips of the ICE protest, because that's what I was watching the other day. And they were having people out there, blatantly say, we need to get guns and shoot ICE and do this and do that. And it's like, man, you guys are awful. And then you have to remember that these are the same people that want to defund the police and let social workers handle police work. I mean, if Daryl's still here, maybe he can give us a class on, where that's going to end up, because that's just pure nonsense. And it's funny, wait till they get carjacked, or wait till they get robbed, or wait till they get, assaulted or groped, or, whatever it might be. Then they're going to wish the cops were there because the social worker ain't going to be able to do crap about that.
Sometimes if a social worker is coming there's already issues. So if you have like an angry husband or something,
right,
in a pantsuit coming to tell him to calm down, sir.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, Gigi just talked about this the other day. I don't remember if he remembers what the percentage was, but they're talking about, I think if I remember right, they're saying that like when the police either get shot or attacked, and it's like 30 or 40 or maybe 50% of the time, it's domestic violence. You tell me a social worker, is going to do any better than a cop that can protect himself, who doesn't have a gun? That's what they're trying to get past. Social workers with no guns handling police work. That's friggin' idiotic as hell to begin with.
Recipe for disaster.
Right.
I've always wanted to be a cop. I always thought I'd be an amazing police officer.
Well, you're something better than a cop, C-Sal. You're a mom.
You're a moderator in the zealous den. That's kind of like a cop.
That's a lot like a cop.
Yeah, it's kind of like it. You can beat some ass, shoot their asses to bed.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're prejudiced against them because they're a minority, or at least half a minority. I don't know how that's considered.
Is it disrespectful to call a woman officer a lady cop?
I would be so mad if I call 911 because there's like a perp in my backyard, and I call 911 and I open the door and it's this tiny 5'2" woman cop. Oh, I'd be pissed.
How can I help you, ma'am?
Or a 5'2" woman social worker.
Or even worse, a social worker. Oh my god.
Yep.
My mom is a social worker. My mom is
Right. I
a
mean,
social
there's nothing
worker.
against social workers, but they should not be out there doing police work. If that's the
Right,
case,
and what I'm saying,
let's put a bunch
yeah,
of social workers on the border and let them take care of that. They're going to be
yeah,
disappearing pretty quick.
it's insanity. What I actually came up to ask really quick, I'm sorry, I know it's not on topic, but I wanted to ask, did you buy that expensive leather Bible? Because you're getting behind. You're being left behind. Brother Pike has his 20 leather Bibles. Daniel just got a leather Bible.
Yeah, he's got a little baby one. You got to add water to
I have
make it
a
a
leather
real
Bible
Bible.
now.
You
I'm
got a
showing it on
Bible?
my
Yes,
I'm showing it
Oh,
on my stream right now. I got a Dewey Reams leather Bible.
oh wow. Where did you buy it and how much was it? Is what I want to know.
My sister got it for me as a Christmas gift, I believe, or a birthday gift.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
It was expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive, dude. They're like $100. What the heck?
Yeah, but if
Well,
I
you
buy
need
the
a leather bound Bible.
$450,
Well, I'll start a GoFundMe in the Z Den to get you a leather bound
Thank
Bible,
you.
Cecil.
yeah, but see, the thing about it is, if I buy this $450, and goats, I can't remember what it was, more than leather, whatever it was, obviously. Then I jump ahead of Christian Pike. One Bible, if I'm spending that much money on it. But the advantage I have over Pike is I don't have 50 kids, and I've got.
Hey,
I'm not a
Cecil,
pastor, so I have got
or
money.
Azra even. Either of you might know this. Are you guys familiar with the King James version at all?
That's funny. You're hilarious, David. Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm familiar with.
I recently heard this, and I wanted to ask Brother Pike because he loves the King James Bible. I heard that the King James version, the Revelation, has verses that aren't in other Bibles. They were added. I've been meaning to ask Brother Pike that.
I don't know. I've never studied
Oh,
Revelation.
I can answer that one. I'm a King James enthusiast. This is what caused me and Grace Mod to get into we're not talking again, for
A couple weeks.
Yeah, whatever it ended up being. Then finally I got smart and just walked away from it. But yeah. The verses you're talking about when Aramaeus, I can't remember what country he was from. He's the one that compiled the TR, the Texas Receptus, which is what the KJV was based on. There was only I think 7 or 8, no 7 manuscripts, because he went to Switzerland or somewhere where they kept them, and that's what he used for part of the King James Bible. But the thing about it is the King James Bible isn't even really a translation. It's an update or a revision, because 75% to 85% of the KJV reads exactly as the Bishop's Bible. But now that we've got, like I said, there's only 7 that the KJV was based on, and they even had to end up using the Latin Vulgate for was it parts or at least all of Revelations, because there was nothing out there other than the Latin Vulgate that they had access to. But now that we've got, we went from 7 to I think over 5,000 manuscripts, probably more than that. But granted, part of those are fragments. But we've got the Dead Sea Scrolls that were found in the 40s. So that added to it. So the so-called missing verses in modern versions, the oldest copies that we have of the manuscripts, none of them contain it. They were added on or inserted later on, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's true.
Pardon me?
That's true.
Absolutely true. I mean, not if you talk to Timmy Tears, he'd do a different narrative. But that's what Timmy Tears wasn't expecting, was somebody that knew about the KJV, because as a almost Jehovah's Witness, when I left them, I wanted to make sure I was using a decent. That's why I used the NSAB. Not that it's the best, but back then it was. Or at least one of the best to have most literal, word for words, even more so than the King, the KJV. So I studied my translations back there, how they came about, things like that. I'm not an expert, by any means, but I know more than Timmy Tears that, it's just the IFB nonsense. Oh, I follow Peter Ruckman, and that's his nonsense, along with several other people back then. But the KJV only group are such a small group anyway, relative to the greater picture.
Yeah, well, that's good to get some confirmation because I guess someone who translated it added like some footnotes unknowingly.
Right.
Go
Well,
thy
see,
way.
that's
Thy hair's a flock of goats, yet go thy way.
Oh wow, Daniel? You put Daniel to shame with you singing.
It's dude, it's because
yeah. But
you
Seasal
guys
sounds
are
more
talking about
manly
the
than Dan does when he sings.
you guys are talking about the KJV,
Seasal,
and
do you have a trans voice?
in my brain right now, I just completely I shut off my brain and I just started singing that KJV. There's not only KJV. That song, what's it called? Gigi, play the clip.
You got that from me.
Did he?
Are you talking about the one where it's like looks like a couple and they're like on a date, but he's singing?
Yeah.
Me think it's not. Okay, I'll find it. Let's see, he can find it. He's quicker than I am.
Hey, honey.
Hi.
My husband just got home.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's
He can find out you call me honey too. No.
That's a
I don't want to
super
get you in
funny.
trouble. I'm sorry. KJ.
That's a super funny clip. Okay, I gotta get myself in the kitchen, you guys. I'll see y'all later.
You should have been there. Thanks for popping on, Seasal.
Hey, she practices what she preaches, right, Seasal?
Yeah. Are you listening, Candace? Just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, she sure don't got the remain silent part down there, does she? Oh, I gotta remember what I did with this. Oh wait, maybe these are good ones. No, debunking.
Yeah, you can't believe the FBI narrative. It's a bunch of hogwash. Aslo, you've been around the block once or twice. I thought you would have been smarter than falling for what the government tells us.
Well, what part?
All of it. How about the love letter? Did you fall for the love letter? Oh, Romeo, Romeo.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the investigation, are you talking about the Charlie Kirk thing? Because as far as the investigation, I know absolutely nothing about it. Whatever Daryl said is what I know about it basically now. I didn't even know that there was a video release, which I'm gonna find later.
Yeah, I agree with Daryl.
Oh, I know where it's at. It'd be in my playables. Yes, I'm talking to myself. I want to find this. Now that Seasal said that, because I love that one.
But yeah, what was all those people celebrating it as though? Like you said, that's a step too far.
Yeah, that's to me. That's well, okay. I wasn't going to play this, but we're going to. Wait, I got to find my drum. This is what really got me started to. Wait, which one is? Okay, there's my bookmarks. Oh, wrong one. Where's my Charlie vids? If I can find it, here it is. So I think I said. Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah, I got it. This pissed me off so bad, and I'll show you as soon as I get it. It loads.
How you doing tonight, gangster? You having fun?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
If Terry's in here, I don't know if Terry's still here. If she is, she may not want to watch this because this may trigger her if she's still that upset about it. And I don't mean that. I mean, serious. If this pisses me off, being someone who hated Charlie Kirk. Okay.
You hated him?
Yes, I said that earlier. Remember the clips that I said they were kind of biased? Hold on. I got to come back over here. Okay. I just want to. Okay, one more time. If Terry, you're in here, you seriously may not want to watch this. If you, or you can watch it later, or ask Jamie. But I'm gonna play it right now. If I can find where I started it from. Oh, it's on the other damn page. Oh, hold on, damn it! Sound dumbass. And it's more what she. Oh, it's down here in this corner. Sorry, my first stream.
He lived as he died. Violence. Record all you want.
No, look at this shit. Look at that. Look at this shit.
Man, you're ugly. Fuck Charlie Kirk. Fuck Charlie Kirk.
But why? But why F Charlie
And
Kirk?
that's what I mean, and really, I could, I'm no better than she was. I mean, not that I would have went that far, but like I said, I hated him until I actually started listening to him. But to disrespect a dead person like that, oh, sorry, Daryl, I thought Gigi got it before I just kicked you off your back.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
And this is the first video that got me talking about or looking into the Charlie Kirk thing. What did he do that caused these two lesbians, obviously, or two trans boys, or whatever the hell they are? That's just how pissed off I was about it. Disrespect, a dead person, especially after listening to his wife, the widow. Probably make one of the greatest, my husband's dead speeches, in the history. And I don't mean that minimize it, because I actually, admire her for having the strength to do that, so soon after his assassination, not his death. He was assassinated.
Some crazy progressives I've heard that they said people should celebrate it because they said Hitler's dead and I'm happy about that. So why wouldn't I celebrate Charlie Kirk being dead? So they might be so lost in the sauce that they think he was actually an evil man.
Right. And then my question is, how many people did Kirk kill compared to Hitler then? And I know what the answer would be. I mean, I know that mindset. I was a part of it. Flat out, they're going to sit there and say, but there's people killing themselves, as trans people, which is sad. I'm not downplaying that. But there's so much information out there that says even if they transition, they're still not happy, So don't give me that crap that, he's killing trans people by speaking the way he is. But yet you can speak the way you want. And then the actions of that video I just played, I knew it would trigger me. Sorry. And then you want to claim to be a humanist. Yeah, that's the funny part. And to be honest, and I'll say this, put on the record, I don't care who I piss off. Literally, woke destroyed atheism. Atheism has nothing to do. I feel like, like my response with Christians, when Christians go, well, what does atheists have to say about evolution? Or what does atheists have to say about, something scientific? We always say, what does, or basically atheism answers one question and one question only: our belief in a God, whether we do or we don't. I hear myself.
So woke is like a new form of atheism, and it killed it.
No,
that's what
woke
you're saying.
has nothing to do with atheism. That's just it. Woke is more of about politics, literally identity politics. Let's stick our nose in the Middle East. Let's bitch and moan about illegal immigration. You guys need, it's like the minority wants to be appeased and screw whatever the majority feels or wants. Hence, who won the election? Oh, Trump did.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the people spoke.
I remember in the, I guess, late 90s, early 2000s, there were commercials that would say "Stay woke," but it had nothing to do with what's going on now. It was just something totally different. I remember that.
To be fair, woke has always been here, just different forms, different names over the centuries. Somebody's always trying to change everybody's mind to conform to them, and screw the rationality of it, but yeah, that's what yeah. But really, what is God?
Are you woke, Daryl? Daryl, are you woke?
Am I woke? I don't even know what that word means, honestly.
Hey, Daryl, I'm glad you hopped on the panel. I'm the only one who's been saying that something fishy's going on with this Charlie Kirk.
Who's behind it? I think it's
I think it was Terry Berry and John Rule. They seem awfully. They don't like Candace wanting to get to the bottom of it. Maybe they did it.
Well, thank you, Zidane.
Yeah, thank you, Gangsta Ghost.
Yeah, I was hearing all the things that they were saying about the investigation and stuff. This is the thing is that whenever you're in law enforcement, there's always something that the audience is not going to get. And whether it's the details and all that specifics, the only thing that I think, I was following this and I'm like, this is wrong. I'm telling my wife, like, this is wrong. Right? This doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. How did this happen?
Amen, Daryl. You know.
There's so many holes that give Candace Owens her point, because there are so many holes that they don't make sense. They really do not make sense. How can you disassemble and assemble a gun and say that, you know, you found it? Oh, we found it assembled. And
never mind
then
that, Daryl,
the
but
governor saying it's disassembled. It doesn't make sense.
And the video that they showed us of him jumping down from the roof, they would have seen him do the shot. So that would have just been the end of the story, but they didn't show any of that.
I think it was Ja Rule. He disappeared.
He definitely made himself a POI, person of interest. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you there, asshole? Oh no. He was raptured.
Yeah.
I got raptured.
Well, I hope that we do get, as long as we figure out what actually happened. That's all I would like to see happen.
I don't think you ever will.
I don't want in 40 years people to still be trying to like JFK and all those other ones.
Yeah, this is another JFK thing, man. He won't. The government will never admit to what happened. There are way too many inconsistencies for like someone, you know, who's experiencing this stuff. I've been in law enforcement for 11 years, and I've seen, you know, enough to know. So that's why I'm like, nah, there are too many holes. There are way too many holes, and it's not gonna get released. They're gonna stick to this narrative, and it's gonna go away. Same way JFK did. And we all know Lee Harvey Oswald was not the assassin.
But we got this crazy Candace Owens on the case though, Daryl.
Yeah, it might help, but
Cecil's going to be so mad that a mother and a wife got to the bottom of this while Cecil was busy at home being a mom and wife. Candace is going to go down in the history books for getting to the bottom of this, and Cecil's going to have to apologize.
I'll get to the bottom of it right now.
Dude, I keep getting kicked out.
Since we're speculating.
Yeah, I'm having trouble too. Am I back, or am I just thinking I'm back?
I have a short to play of Charlie Kirk. I have a theory. Are you guys ready for this? I just have a few minutes, so I'm gonna speculate.
Oh,
here we go.
Yeah, we got Sabbath propaganda. That's all this is.
Oh, wait, there it is. Sorry.
Hold on. Now we know that the Pope forbid Judaizing, and many Catholics think my view on the Sabbath that agrees with Charlie Kirk is Judaizing, and that's a heresy. Now, here's my theory. I'm going to play this short clip and make a comment, and then you guys can tell me why I'm out of line.
Because you're
I can talk about the Sabbath all day long. I'm a Christian, so whether or not we're bound to the Jewish Sabbath is hotly debated. There's great arguments for, great arguments against. I'm actually writing a book right now on why I honor the Sabbath. It's very simple. It's called Stop in the Name of God, Why Honoring the Sabbath Will Change the World, basically. And it is an argument that in this hyper-materialistic, very fast, digitally frenzied world, that there is this gift that I believe the Lord gave the Hebrews that we have decided to just gloss over. And it's very simple. It's that for one day you will stop, that it will be holy, that it will be different. For those of you that are agnostic or not Christian, I still encourage you to do this. People that honor the Sabbath live longer. We know this with the Seventh-day Adventists. They actually are happier. They have better health outcomes. Everything about disconnecting from modernity is good from you. It is inarguable. Like this is a material fact. I think God has given us a preservative for civilization, and I believe it is the Sabbath. I could talk.
Oh. He believes it is the Sabbath that God gave to the Jews in the Ten Commandments, and that it's not done away with. And I think the Pope murdered Charlie Kirk because his book was about to come out in December, and he was going to tell everybody to honor the Sabbath that God gave in the Ten Commandments, and the Pope couldn't have it because it's Judaizing.
Oh, there you are.
Well,
He disappeared.
yeah, he comes on just to spew things like Bruce does. But I guess one thing Jamie doesn't realize is that artificial intelligence is very active these days.
Oh, yes, sir.
Just not on YouTube.
Yeah, and he's not wrong. God gave the Jews the Sabbath. That's very true.
The nation of Israel. Yep.
Yep, and he gave the Christians Jesus.
Well,
Sabbath.
did you guys know? Did you guys know that the creator of Zionism, he wrote a letter to Pope Pius X, I want to say, in 1904, and he asked for the Catholic Church's support on his Zionism agenda. And the Catholic Pope said that no Catholic in good, not only can we not condone it, but the Jews don't acknowledge Christ as their savior, so we cannot be for Zionism. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what the Pope responded to the creator of Zionism.
And then Charles Taze founded Jehovah's Witness.
And then I believe he said, but if they want to come to the Holy, I think he said if they want to come to the Holy Land, we will have priests and churches right there to baptize the Jews, something along those lines.
Yeah, and then
the Pope was like thug life. That was like a thug life quote when the glasses come down.
that's when they found Jehovah's Witness, when they opposed the Zion, the Tower of Zion, and all this other crap. But I mean, he's not wrong about the Sabbath. You know, it's in the Bible. The Sabbath was given to the Jews, and Paul actually confirmed that the Sabbath is a thing of the past in Hebrews 4:16, 6-10, I think, and Colossians. He says, you know, why do you want to go back to the past?
19.
What's that?
I said Colossians 2:16-19, if I remember right.
Yes.
But in the same manner, though, because I mean, especially Colossians says, you know, not to judge somebody what they eat, what they choose to be holier, basically living unto the Lord. But on the same premise, not, you know, playing devil's advocate here, you know, then Jamie shouldn't be, you know, judged for keeping the Sabbath, unless he's the one that pushes it. And I'm not saying any of you are judging him on that. I'm just saying, as an atheist on the outside, that's how I see it. But
no, and that's a fair assessment. The only thing is that the Sabbath, and you just quoted it, Colossians says there, the Sabbath was a foreshadowing because the real rest now lies in Christ. So who are we to follow? Because the Sabbath means, you know, rest. So who are we to follow in rest? Is it Christ on one day or Christ eternally?
Right.
So there you go.
But just with the pushback I would have on Jamie, once again, the Sabbath he keeps isn't the same that the Jews kept or the nation of Israel in the Old Testament. I mean, there's so many things you can't do. You can't even hardly fart. You know,
man, Jamie's getting roasted tonight for his Sabbath propaganda. I love it.
And you know what? And that's fine. And that's fine. But if that's the case, then he has to follow mitzvah. And mitzvah, 613 laws found throughout the book of Deuteronomy. And because you can't pick one thing. And what's that?
It's the 1613 Levitical laws, not Deuteronomy. You probably just misspoke.
It's found. They're actually found in the 5 books of Moses, which is Exodus, Genesis, Deuteronomy, Leviticus.
Right, but that's why they're called laws, because they're found in Leviticus.
Oh, yeah, I smell an Orthodox.
Oh, an Orthodox. An Orthodox snake.
Oh no, that.
No, the mitzvah is found. It's found all over the 5 Old Testament books, the Mosaic books. Then they might be called Levitical, but like for example, the Sabbath, that's found in Deuteronomy and it's found in Exodus. That's part of the Levitical law. If it's part of mitzvah, and it's not in the book of Leviticus. The book of Leviticus talks about the priesthood and the induction of how to get into the priesthood and what they do and all that stuff. The rules or none. You can't follow which one you want to pick and choose.
Right.
So he has to follow mitzvah. He has to follow 613 laws. If he follows the Old Testament, obviously.
Oh, you are right. Sorry about that. They're just called the Levitical laws. As a
wow, you just taught Azo about the Sabbath. He's been.
No, I appreciate learning stuff. No, not the Sabbath. I'm talking about there's nothing you can teach me about the Sabbath, probably. And I'm not being arrogant, just that I've studied it so much. But I know where I had spoke that's why they're called the 613 Levitical laws, because they're found in Levitical.
Yeah.
And I was wrong.
If you want to go to Deuteronomy 18:21, it should be 18:21, 21:18. Anyways, there's a passage in Deuteronomy that talks about if someone speaks of a prophecy and it doesn't come to fulfillment, then that person is a false prophet.
Deuteronomy.
That's what.
Deuteronomy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's Deuteronomy 22.
Is it Deuteronomy 18:22?
Well, no, that's not it. Or 18. I know it's in Deuteronomy.
Or 22:18 maybe.
Okay, let's talk.
I know there's an 18 in there. Oh, I just read it like 2 days ago.
I'll just do a search for it.
Yeah. Put false prophet in Deuteronomy, and you'll get it.
Right.
So, anyways, and that's how Seventh-day Adventism was founded, on a false prophecy, twice actually, by Ellen Gould White. So,
hey Jess, you missed a really funny joke right at the beginning of the stream. I had Azzo laughing. Yeah, I come on, and he was talking about some Catholic converting to Orthodox. So I said, "Who are you talking about, me?" He said, "Yeah," because I heard an Orthodox guy was becoming Catholic. I said, "Yeah, me and Jess are gonna be like Eddie Murphy and trading places."
That's funny.
Azzo laughed out loud. I don't think I've ever heard you laugh out loud before, Azzo. I was like, nice.
That's awesome.
Okay. It actually goes further than, it's actually Deuteronomy 18:20 and a few other verses, but.
Good evening, Badger, and good evening, Sandman.
Oh,
Sandman.
Sandy? I don't see Sandy. He's got other ventures. Me and David have talked about that. He's got other ventures.
Oh, wait, let me play this video. Oh wait, that went too long. Anyway, I'll play this video really quick.
Venture capitalist.
He's
Did you find
definitely
it,
not a satanic
Azul?
pedophile, I promise.
Yeah, I tried. Oh, let me go back there. I have to read.
All right,
It's way too long. I'm gonna have to do. I posted it in the. God dang it! Wait, why is it so?
What are we going to Deuteronomy for?
We're talking about
18:12 false prophets.
Oh, nice. Are we doing a 7-day Adventism takedown?
Hey, David.
Very
did
well
you see
worded.
the video I sent you? Did you watch it?
Oh, you? Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't laugh. I guess you didn't think it was funny.
I can't. Oh, I hate StreamYard. Now they're censoring the last part of that verse, but it says the last part is, or a prophet who speaks in the name of other gods is to be put to death.
No, that's not it. It has to be 18:22 or 22:18.
That's what I said. It goes further, but I know it starts at 18:20 because I can't post it in.
You know what? I have my Bible. I'm gonna look for it manually though. So yeah, if y'all want to talk away or whatnot, but I'll look for me one.
It's telling me that YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Trying changing it a bit. How do you change a Bible verse? But I'm gonna play this clip really quick. Well, I don't even know what it is. I think it's like a 3 or 4 minute. And this, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is the one where, you know, where I was watching and I noticed the at least maybe not the violence, but the aggression of all these liberals that are talking to Charlie.
You're a stochastic terrorist.
What is that?
You're targeting a minority group. You're targeting trans people
Got it.
specifically.
What is a woman?
That's a stupid ass question, dude. That's a dumbass question.
What is a woman, college student? They can't answer what a woman is. It's not a trick question. What is a woman?
Who identifies as a woman?
What is that thing? You can't answer the question with the question. It's like saying, what is the sun? The sun is something that looks like the sun. What is a woman? This is not a trick question, everybody. You're in college paying for an education. What is a woman?
How about you talk to someone with media training?
You don't need media training. It's not a trick. What is a woman?
Because your answer depends on.
You can't answer the question with the.
You're a stochastic terrorist.
What is that?
You're targeting a minority group. You're targeting.
Azzo, he didn't seem like a guy.
They don't live in reality, Azzo, man.
No,
they're
I'm
so
running this
unhinged.
more and more. I mean, you weren't here when I first started. I said, you know, just to give an example of my mindset in the echo chamber is I hated Charlie Kirk. And I have never, ever watched anything that he ever did other than what, you know, say the left was trying to say, see here, he's violent, or look at this is where he's a moral monster. And even if all that was true, you know, I would have the same answer that I have now as knowing that it's not true. Big deal. You don't assassinate somebody for words.
Do you understand how that works, though?
Because these young kids, a lot of them are college kids, Azzo. They didn't grow up with sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
96% of them are college students of every clip, because he talks about, you're in college or, they're political majors or, whatever. So yeah, they're kids that are.
go
ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say I was watching Andrew Wilson a few days ago, and he was in a debate with somebody, or maybe he was analyzing a clip. It might have been Destiny, but he was mentioning certain things about like structures and words being violence. And Andrew expertly explained that the reason these people feel justified to do violence against conservatives or anything that has structure, anything that's an establishment, everything to them needs to be torn down. Anything with any kind of structure or hierarchy in their eyes is violence and keeping people from being able to be free. So they are justified and encouraged to do violence on people who participate in these structures. It's really scary because they're psychopaths. They're psychopaths, and the good people need to have control of the military, of the police, and all of these things, or these psychopaths will kill anyone who does anything they don't like.
Right. So if I disappear, something happened to me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that is funny.
Hey, so I found the passage, dude. It's 1822. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll read it, man. It says, if a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, but the word does not come true, it is a word the Lord did not speak. The prophet has spoken it presumptuously. Do not fear him.
Right.
That's what it was, brother.
And what's amazing is that if you look at history of even the SDAs, they have the 1844, failed prophecy that they changed that to, the Great Disappointment. Doesn't change the fact that Miller was a false prophet. Charles Taze Russell.
Charles Taze Russell was a con man.
Well, that and obviously with the Miracle Week, but I don't know if you even know about the Miracle Week.
Yeah.
But,
yes, I know about the Miracle Week.
Yeah. So that's rare to somebody that's actually heard about it. Kudos. But at first it was Nelson Barber and Russell that had the 1874 false prophecy. So that automatically eliminated both of them. Then he split from the Adventist, Nelson, and started the Bible, the International Bible Students. And once again, then the 1914 date failed. But let's change it. Jesus did return, but it was invisibly, just like the 1844 or whatever.
Yeah, and they got the Quakers to sell the land and all that.
He's just in the inner sanctum, and even as an atheist, I don't see that in the Bible anywhere, and I know the verses they use. It's crazy, but SDAs, I mean, the Mormons the same way. They've had false prophecy. I mean, they prophesied that whoever it was sent to Canada, and God said that they'd sell the rights to the Book of Mormon. Well, they came back and they didn't sell nothing. That's first of many. Joseph Smith's false prophecies, along with the leaders afterwards.
Yeah, Joseph Smith, John Smith, who founded the Baptists. There's a whole bunch of BS people. The crazy thing is that you get people who actually believe this stuff. Right. I guess you call that indoctrination. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the Jehovah's Witnesses with the like stay alive till 75, because 1975 was that's when it was all going to end. People quit their jobs. They didn't have kids. They didn't get married. They didn't go to school, all because the Watchtower was telling them not to do these things. I mean, like especially the 1968s and 69 Watchtowers and Awake stressed all these things. And then when the false prophecy didn't come to fruition, they're like, oh, it wasn't us. The brothers and sisters, had false expectations. But any honest person that would read, like I said, the 68, especially, and 69 Watchtowers and Awake, and even some after that, there's no way around it.
Yeah, I know. And what gets me is that they're Jehovah's Witnesses. They want to get away from everything Catholic, yet the name Jehovah was first mentioned by a Catholic monk. So it just baffles
I love how
me.
their whole identity is just not being Catholic.
Yeah, except the name, right?
It's ridiculous.
What wasn't it, Robert?
Just most Protestants, that's their entire identity, just in different flavors.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and they try to disprove it. And I mean, I've had debates with Jehovah's Witnesses in my house, and
I
they
probably
never
wouldn't
came. That was
bother.
last year. They never came back. Wonder what happened to him.
You
Anyways,
probably spanked him, man. He was
I
probably
don't-
embarrassed.
maybe. I mean, they never came back. They always came by twos. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. You're not gonna convert me, so might as well debate. Let's debate. My wife was there. She's like, yeah, debate him, babe. Like, yeah, I will. I am. And again, every precious moment.
Yeah, I'm blacklisted, so they don't come see me no more.
Dude, I think I have been blacklisted.
Who blacklisted you?
The JWs, they wouldn't come to well, they knew where I lived, but they didn't realize where my mom lived, I guess. But they stopped there one day. I answered the door, and it was the elder that I studied with, Laurel. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize that you lived here." I said, "No, my parents do." Yeah, they never came back to my parents' house either.
Do they fear you?
Yes. No, not fear me. Well,
I've asked them enough questions to get them to run away from the door before.
Right. Well,
You know.
it's what to do the quick way. Either just answer the door naked or start answering the door, Hail Satan.
Maybe not that.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, because they'd probably laugh at you if you showed up naked. Ooh.
They're all gonna
Those are
laugh
fight
at you.
words. No wonder
They're all
you're
gonna
becoming a
laugh at
Catholic.
you.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Okay, where's this other one I wanted to play? I can't remember which one this was. I'm looking for this stupid little girl that has a rainbow halter top on, because she is out there. And I think this is one of her friends that came up after she did. Let me make sure it's on.
You should have seen the Nick Shirley. You should have seen the Nick Shirley video that went up. Like they were flipping out because ICE was in there arresting illegals, and like citizens were getting arrested left and right because they kept assaulting ICE officers. And they're like, "Why do you keep arresting us? Assault is a crime."
Yeah. Yeah, spitting on an officer is a crime. They don't realize that either. It's like, yeah. Okay, here's
Even
this one.
throwing your Subway sandwich at somebody is a crime.
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Even though you guess how you feel, it's not a good look to be threatening Kirk's death on YouTube.
You're breaking up, brother.
Oh, I thought it was me for a second.
What'd you say?
Oh, hold on.
Say he's in love with you.
Clay, did you see my video?
Can you hear me?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Did you see my short I put up?
No.
I emailed it to you.
I'll have to go look.
I don't watch
All right.
anti-shorts.
If you look at my last posted
Hold on.
short, you can see it.
Okay, I'm playing this.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you, Charlie, for being here today. We're with an independent FSU news organization, so just want to appreciate the fact that you guys have spent the time to be here. My question is in regards to the FSU chapter of the NAACP released a statement saying that this event was hateful, inspiring violence to Black, LGBTQ, and marginalized students on campus. How do you feel about this comment?
I mean, lies don't bother me. So, but yeah, I mean, did you follow up and ask them what their evidence was?
Yes, they're quoting in particular an event that you went to December 2023, America Fest. You were talking about Martin Luther King.
I hosted it, actually.
Okay, perfect. You were talking about Martin Luther King Jr. and said that he has a troubled past and that the Civil Rights Act of the 1960s was a, quote, horrible mistake on the part of the U.S. government. Can you talk about that a little more?
Yeah, sure, but did they tell you why that makes them unsafe?
Yes, their opinion is that, and again, speaking on behalf of them, is that if you host this rhetoric, speaking negatively against the Civil Rights Act that is ending segregation, that there may be actions taken because of that belief that you have.
Right, but I'm going to explain that, but did you ask them that, wait, so different opinions make people feel unsafe at FSU?
They believe
that's
that
their
it has a greater movement behind it, yes.
Right, so did you ask them, like, are you a child? Are you like an adult? And that's an insane thing to say. So a guy comes on campus and has a different worldview, and it makes people feel unsafe.
I guess to them, yes.
Okay, I mean, they're the ones you should be going to ask the question of. let me be very clear. The world is a really dangerous place where lots of people have different ideas. And just because someone comes and has a voluntary event and has different perspectives should make you feel unsafe. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so we agree. As far as what I said, yes, I mean, Martin Luther King, happy to go into it, very troubled past, well-known rapist, all that sort of stuff, right? However, on the other side, the Civil Rights Act, I've done this so many times, happy to do it again, went ending segregation good, going so as far to create a permanent affirmative action, basically diversity, equity, inclusion, Leviathan within the Department of Justice that is now being used to put men in female locker rooms and men in female sports, of which the Civil Rights Act is a far overextension above its original intent. I point everyone to a book called Age of Entitlement. That's the best book that I'll reference on that. And let me just add one final thing. Do you know of one instance where the NAACP has spoken out against the lack of fathers in black homes in Tallahassee?
I can't speak on anything.
So that's interesting. So the NAACP will make this huge thing saying Charlie Kirk is dangerous and unsafe, and yet they won't go to the black community. Hey, we need more dads. Let me newsflash. Dads not being around in black communities is a much bigger threat to the livelihood of black America than Charlie Kirk coming to Florida State University for 3 hours. So maybe the NAACP should stop trying to keep on ginning up this mythology of racism in the country and go after some of the core issues of what's been driving this country and black America towards worse and worse socioeconomic results. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Debo, that
go
group
ahead.
is a racist. Oh, what did you say?
No, I was just going to say, what a moral monster. No wonder they assassinated him. I'm being facetious.
That
Because they couldn't bully him into shutting up.
Right.
NAACP saying that's always a racist hate group.
Yeah. It kind of, I'm very outspoken about what I believe, and it's usually not always the most popular opinion. And I've thought from time to time, there's probably a lot of people I know who I think are my friends that when I die, they'll be like, good. Just because of my political
when you die, you're going to have lesbians with peckers piss on your headstone. Okay?
Right.
And say, excuse me for everybody that doesn't like cussing, but fuck Jesse.
But it's just interesting. Like, there's probably people I think are my friends that just because I don't agree with them on everything, they think I'm being awful.
Oh,
actually evil. Hey, Sal, can you look at my latest short, please, on my channel? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Or if you just want to play it, that's fine too.
I'm subbed to your channel, right?
I think so. She's like, oh gosh.
Okay, here's the rainbow one. I'm gonna play a little bit of this one. Not much. Oh wait, I gotta fast forward it. But this is a prime example of what I was talking about. Where how can he be a moral monster when this guy is composed? Because this chick is way the hell out.
Oh, they're all angry.
Yeah. That's why I said,
I can't hear it.
I'm
I know.
It's muted.
I know. That's why I stopped it. There we go. And I'm not going to play all this. This is like 14 minutes just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking. It's like, as an atheist, it's like, yeah, Charlie's a moral monster, but yet every video I'm saying, you have angry, yelling nonsense.
What rights am I taking away exactly?
You're trying to take away gender-affirming care for individuals. You are affecting abortion rights. You are hurting people.
Got it. So what is a woman?
What is a woman? It's what people identify as. Is a gender. Sex is different. Sex is different from gender.
So can anyone be a woman?
Yes.
She's
at what point do you know you're looking at a woman?
Doesn't matter when you are looking at a woman. You don't have to look at a woman and immediately tell. Can you tell looking at a baby what gender they are without looking at their privates? Tell me that.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. What about that baby is different?
But hold on. By the time they're 6 months old, you can actually tell a young boy tends to gravitate more towards balls and remotes.
That's
and
because
towards...
of gender affirming. That is
Well-
convincing individuals at a young age. You are socializing, putting them in situations where they want certain different things. Let's look at.
She can't even handle being booed. She can't even handle it.
Right.
Did you see her whole face change?
Yeah.
She can't handle people disagreeing with her. She's
Right.
used to having the mob behind her screaming for blood right alongside her.
Right. And it's funny because, I mean, like, and this is a prime example of what I was talking about. I mean, he's sitting there laughing at her, you know, or trying not to. He's being respectful, you know, and what is she doing? Screaming and even screaming louder when she's trying to make a point that makes no sense. You know, anyone could be a female. No, sorry. I don't believe that.
So let's say you were a little kid and your parents taught you to like pink. Let's actually look back in time. Pink actually used to be a male color instead of blue.
Emotion. I don't even know what I'm angry about.
Actually,
what I don't get is why they can't define what a woman is without using woman. That's circular reasoning. You know,
Do you
as
remember-
an atheist, you know, we point that out to you guys. You know, what the Bible says, you know, it's true, so it's true. You know, and this is the same thing she's doing.
They're all like bricked Danger from Anchorman. They like come in and everyone's like arguing. They're like, I don't know what we're yelling about. Loud noises.
Why is everybody yelling? Hey, Azzo, is that logic? Like, I hate you, Azzo. Why do you hate me? Because you're a bad guy. Well, why do you think I'm a bad guy? Because I hate you.
Because you play Charlie Kirk videos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that in the last 2 streams I've done. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not very well liked, and I don't care. You know, I'm going to speak my mind and what I feel. Why be any other way?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, I can be an atheist, not believe in God, because trans, like I said earlier, you know, woke has destroyed atheism, in my opinion. You know, atheism
Go woke, go broke, right, Jess? Go woke, go broke.
Pretty much. You know, I'm an atheist. You guys know that, but I'm not.
Azzo, I need.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Jess, I've never met a Catholic guy who says he's atheist so often and so loud.
Well, when I get to heaven, and I'm God's favorite, they'll be mad at me.
I don't.
He's gonna reject
Azzo,
you.
but the thing is, though, Azzo, that you conduct yourself. You almost conduct yourself like a Christian. I'm aware that you don't believe.
Right. No, yeah, I see what you're saying.
But you live like a Christian. Like you
do.
You use logic and you try to do the right thing and you value doing the right thing.
Yeah, but
a lot of these other people
you don't worship on the Sabbath like true Christians.
Yeah.
I do. I'm an atheist Sabbatarian. But the thing about it is, Jess, to be fair, if we were talking about religion, you'd have a different point of view with me.
Sure, but in common decency,
right? You get that from anybody. I've talked to Muslims that were polite as hell. I've talked to
and you've talked to people. You probably talked to Muslims that if you were in their country and you didn't believe like they did, they throw you off a rooftop. I mean, there's a lot of different kinds of people.
Earlier, me and T-South, we thought you were a Muslim when you were like, Quran. I've been reading the Quran.
Because I've talked to so many Muslims, just like, you know, studying with the Jew, you get into saying, and I don't even say it correctly, but it's as close as I can get to it. But I like the Israel, you know, not Israel, it's Israel. I just think it sounds neat.
But I need to. Pink was never a man's color; always been a woman's color. Let's try to put that light.
Well, pink's always been associated with femininity more than it has masculinity. Because I wear pink shirts every once in a while. Matter of fact, when I was working at before I went on disability, we had shirts that the first shift supervisor was like wanting to know who wants shipping shirts. You know, we had to pay for them. So I'm going through. Yeah, I want 3 or 4 pink ones. And she said, "I'll tell you what, if I'll buy you a pink one if you go wear it." I said, "I don't have a problem wearing pink." Plus, it wasn't like a flaming pink. It was a decent pink, but I'm colorblind too, so I could have been a flamer and I didn't know it. But I wore it, and I was proud of wearing that damn shirt.
AJ.
Oh, the good one?
Is it the good one that goes?
Oh, I'm sorry, Bruce. Stage is full. I wish I can get you up.
Oh, that's sad, huh?
Oh, that's too bad.
Sorry, guys. We got one more slot. How you doing, Bruce?
Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go pray with my family and have
Bye,
good
Badger.
vibes. Take care.
Sorry, Badger.
Damn.
Oh,
Jesse's
trouble.
afraid of Bruce. Wow.
Trouble's here.
It's probably
What the-
Kirk acting like
what-
his little brother.
Turned out to be Clay with brother Pipe.
Have a good night, Jess.
See, Clay's doing a
Bruce.
music thing, a voice thing. Make him sound like he's Bruce, but he's not.
Oh. Stupid AI. Oh well.
Yeah.
What's up, Bruce?
Hi.
Are you still trans, Bruce, or
No, I rebuilt my transmission. Works good as new.
I knew he'd go that direction or something like that. Why are you being so quiet, Bruce?
You know, Bruce, you really should return to the Catholic Church.
I was getting ready to say, Bruce, how do you feel about the Catholic Church? I guarantee
Right off the bat, huh? There's an article in Waukegan, Illinois. You might have heard of that town, Azo. Waukegan. It's a lakefront town.
Yep.
Pretty much right above
Good for us.
Chicago.
Yep.
Hey, zealous dead, we here again. Faithful to the end, yeah, let's begin. Zealous den got that holy fire. Channel of light take you higher. Always faithful to the church, no liar. Word of God strong, never tire. Zealots den, zealot them up. Faith and truth, we fill your cup. In the word, never interrupt. Stay with us and lift it up. Catholic roots deep in the ground. Every video, gospel sound. Light in the dark, we're in renown. We're zealous, then your faith is crowned. Zealots den, zealot them up. Faith and truth, we fill your cup. In the word, never interrupt. Stay with us and lift it up. Zealous den, never